Yes, this is Mr. Controversy, and this is the infamous 3-point conversion station. Keep it locked.
The 3-point conversion sports lounge.
Good morning, everybody. What another beautiful Saturday morning. It's a beautiful day here in Atlanta, Georgia for now. But it's a great day, man. It's Saturday. It's time to talk sports. You know, it's always a good day when we could talk sports. And if you don't know, you've entered inside the 3-point conversion sports lounge. And I am your host, Mr. Controversy. Did you miss me? And of course, I'm not doing this by myself. You know, I got my road dog, my partner in crime, Mr. D Intellectual. What's going on, sir?
Yes. Happy to be here again. It's a great Saturday. It's beautiful outside. You know how we do. We got some sports to talk about with everybody, and we want y'all to call in and talk about what's going on.
Yes, you can call in at 404-603-8770. Again, it's 404-603-8770. Got my man G on the ones and twos. What's going on, G?
Yo.
Stay hitting you with that. Yo.
I know, right?
Yo.
And we got a lot to talk about, man. You know, right now, it's funny because usually this is the time in sports where we don't have anything to talk about, but basketball is taking over. I mean,
and we figured it out. We made it happen.
Right.
It was one of them weeks where a lot of stuff didn't really happen.
But
a lot of stuff did happen.
Yeah, and basketball is here. You know, we're going to talk about Mr. Trae Young and that situation. As far as, you know, how he's looked in Summer League, you know, everybody's panicking. Should we panic? We're going to talk about that.
Talk about it.
We have the Western Conference, of course, what's going on there with all the moves there. Then where's Melo going? That's something to talk about. Then we have the Eastern Conference, of course. People better watch out for the Eastern Conference because I think people are sleeping on the Eastern Conference. But, of course, we got that. Then we have baseball to talk about, man. We got Major League Baseball, the All-Star game. The Atlanta Braves came up, and I think they grew up this past week. And then we got the segment, Is This Really Happening? Quick hits, what's on my mind? We got so much to talk about. Make sure you let your family and friends know if they're here locally in Atlanta. They can tune in on the radio at 1100 a.m., The Real. Also, your family and friends can go to iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Radio Now. Just look for 1100 a.m. WWWE. All right, it's time to get to these quick hits.
Let's get it.
Shout out to Sherm for the music, like
beats,
always.
With the beats.
Coming with that blaze. All right, so Rajon Rondo, you know, he was picked up by the LA Lakers, and everybody's making a big deal about him and Ball and what does it mean for Lonzo Ball. Well, Rajon came out and said that he's not caught up about being a starter. He's caught up in winning a championship, and he's eager to help Ball get better.
It sounds like Rajon Rondo to me.
Yeah, and
before any and everything, he cared about winning, right, and pushing people, right. Even when he was with, he went through his bad time in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? But he came back the following season in Sacramento, led the league in assists. Then he came to Chicago, and what all the young people said, one of the best teammates he ever played with, and he was focused on getting them better, right?
And that's the thing, that when he was in Dallas, that left such a huge stain. Just for that quick minute, he was
One
there for
quick, like a half a season.
I don't even think it was that. I think it was like the end of the season. Yeah. Remember, they let him go.
Yeah.
And so it was like a quarter of the season.
But beyond that, right? Like, so he had I don't want to say he had the bad stigma in Boston, but he was kind of headstrong. Him and Doc butted heads, and it was a situation, but it wasn't bad, right? No. But the 1, 2, 3 months you was in Dallas kind of destroyed everything, right? And
then look where he's gone. He's, like you said, he's been that mentor. Not only that, he's helped the team. Like, the team has played better with him.
And think about his teammates.
Yeah.
Think about what his teammates say, right?
And that's the thing, especially the young guys. And you think about it in NBA right now, what is it lacking right now? It's lacking veterans that are there to teach you. And yet still can play, but there to teach you not just about the game, but about life and everything.
And I think him leaving is going to have a bigger impact on New Orleans than they even realize, right? And I don't know if they was able to match it because it don't sound like it sounded like the Lakers offered him something and he went, not just because of LeBron was being there. It was more so the Lakers, right? Like Los Angeles. When they offered him, it was like, yeah, not to say he wasn't going to give them a opportunity to match it, but like, yeah, this the Lakers in y'all New Orleans. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I played for Boston. I won a championship in Boston, and now I can go play for the Lakers. Yeah, y'all probably can't give me enough money to stay in New Orleans.
Hey, let's move on, but it's the truth. Moving on. The Oakland Raiders cornerback, Garyon Conley. Remember, he was allegedly accused, or he was accused for allegedly raping this woman. The woman came out and said, hey, he raped me and everything. So, and it knocked down his draft stock, but he did get picked up by the Raiders, of course. So now he is countersuing her, that woman, claiming that the accusation affected his draft stock and cost him millions and an endorsement deal.
I feel like just as hard as the police went after him when he was accused of it, they should be going at him, and he should be doing exactly what he's doing. He should be suing her. It should affect her job. It should affect anything that she got to do in life going forward, because it completely changed his life.
And you know what? I think now, and we're going to move on, but I think that you're starting to see, and I talked about this on What's on My Mind a couple of Saturdays ago, how you're starting to see a lot of people, a lot of these situations is coming back to where it's not true. And it's not saying that all of them are not true, but the fact that now, like you said, that we need to work on, okay, if this is not true, let's make sure it's true first.
And not to get real deep in it, and it's not just sports, right? Like, we saw something the other day where a guy called the police on a young woman that was trying to swim. Like, now he's getting to the point where you're losing your job when you're doing situations like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
you look out for this. Yeah. Moving on, Tony Parker, the San Antonio great star, at one point face of the team. This man is signing a 2-year deal with the Charlotte Hornets. Yo, this is worse. This might look worse. No, I don't know if anything look uglier than that. But remember when Ewing went to Seattle?
Yeah.
And I never forget.
No, I remember him going
played for Toronto.
Yeah.
But with Ewing was the first though, and Ewing went to Seattle, and I never forget watching Sports Center and Stuart Scott, God rest his soul, and I remember Stuart Scott was saying, "This don't look right." I remember he said that.
So with that being said, here's my thing that I was gonna say with that. Not the one that's causing Kawhi to get traded.
What?
Not the one that's causing Kawhi, not the one to be in San Antonio no more, right?
Right.
Not the one that's, mind you, he's not re-signing with San Antonio. He's going. You know, this is 75% of the reason that Kawhi don't want to be in San Antonio no more.
That's what I was, and I was thinking about that. Like, how is it going to affect that situation now?
It's done. Hey, guess what Tony doing? Taking his hat off, going somewhere else, and he out the situation. So people don't look at it as big as that, right? They just like, oh yeah, Tony Parker signed somewhere else for 2 years, $10 million.
Because when I first heard this, the first thing I thought of, man, I wonder how will this affect that? Is he still ready to leave or not?
But see, you got to think about this. How Kawhi thinking is the Spurs had Tony Parker back. And guess what he did?
Right.
Bye.
So that's what I'm saying. So maybe it should be the same way.
It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be.
You know, so moving on. In Wimbledon, Roger Federer and Serena Williams advance, past the third round, while Venus Williams and Madison Keys lose in the third round. I want to ask you this. With Venus losing, like we know Serena, she's still on top. Venus losing. Do you think it's almost time for her to? You think she's still there? Does she have any more left?
I watched the whole Venus match. So Venus was losing at first. Like the player she was playing against was like that first set, it was like 6-2 or something like that, right? Second set, it was 7-6 Venus. Third set, it was so close. Venus had it won. She made some faults, right? Like whether it was hitting into the net where she had the advantage. All she needed was one.
Right.
And it was just little mistakes. No, I don't think it's over. I don't. And she lost to somebody that was a little bit ranked below her, but we know how tennis is. You could be ranked 2, and somebody that's unranked could come and have a better day.
Right.
And make it happen. Venus didn't look bad. It was some misses here and there, but yeah, no, she shouldn't quit. But Serena made it happen.
Yeah, because Serena doing her thing. Moving on. Listen to this, y'all. The NFL will now penalize a team 15 yards if their grounds crew come out to clear the snow before a field goal. We saw it with Adam Vinatieri. We saw it with New England back in the day. And we see it. We see it often. But so this is a result. I'm gonna tell you, this looked like a result of someone telling. I'm gonna tell.
It was something else you hit me with earlier this week about the NFL.
We get into that.
Yeah, we get into that. But man, y'all doing too much. Like, come on, man. Like, for real, we can't clean the snow up. Like, for real, we literally can't brush the snow out the way.
Because the funny thing is, you might say it's an advantage, but why can't I move it?
Well, the penalty is for getting if the grounds crew comes
right. The
on
ground
the
crew
field.
do it right.
Well, I thought that I never thought that had to be put in like as a rule again today, because like you said, with that New England Miami game back in the 80s, that was just like a spur of the moment. Oh, let's get the guy.
Let's clean it up a little bit.
Yeah, but you always see when there's snow in the field that the players are like moving the snow
I think
out of the way.
Adam Vinatieri, I forgot what game it was. I think it was him. The ground crew came out. Joe, because like it was a timeout, and they came out quick. Referees was chilling. They saw it. They was trying to get them off. Like, y'all got to go. By then, damage was done. So, I don't know.
But is it because one team will do it and the next one won't? Because I want to know the disadvantage.
I think it's offense, defense.
If you can do it.
This is offense, defense.
Okay,
basically.
but if your team can do it also when it's daytime, though.
But maybe they don't get a chance.
They ain't going to have a chance to
and this can win the game. This is offense, defense.
Okay.
We can't, look, as a defensive person, we can't get the grounds crew to come out.
Clean up the front
line.
Right. That's one.
And last but not least, Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson plan on playing a 1-1 18-hole match for $10 million. Yes, $10 million. And I heard it's supposed to be on prime time too. It's supposed to happen July 3rd, but it didn't get done for some reason. I don't know why, but they're serious about this.
For why though?
What?
Like, why are they doing it?
Yeah.
For $10 million.
They're not gonna win $10 million for winning a tournament anytime.
Right. No, I mean, so we know $10 million ain't gonna do nothing for Tiger Woods, right? Like,
I mean, but it's like a bet. It's like
to determine who's better.
Yeah, it's just a bet just to be on TV.
Okay, so if Phil Mickelson beat Tiger Woods, do you think that Phil Mickelson is better than Tiger Woods?
No, but I don't think. But remember, golf is not like the PGA is not doing this.
I know.
This is trying to bring back, if you remember, like the Skins game.
Yeah.
Right. So it's more about bringing viewership back, that type of thing.
But they're doing this. Like they're doing this. But the funny thing is, when I saw
I didn't
this,
understand the skins game, so I think
Me
this is
neither,
more straightforward. Okay, 1-on-1,
Right.
10 million,
Yeah,
straightforward.
for real. But
Nothing else. We win.
hey,
Who get this 10 million?
I thought though when I saw this, I thought I heard that Jordan said he wanted to get in. So Jordan let
No,
let
if
it
he get
gamble,
if he get in with them, he just need to give his 10 million up. He
But
just
Jordan
yeah,
want to
he'll
compete.
gamble about anything. About anything. I'm gonna get a hole in 6, and I got 8 million on it.
Yeah. What up, Holyfield? Anyway, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna be right back.
Hello, I'm Crystal Dayon, and this is your sports news break. The Atlanta Braves came up just short and lost to the Milwaukee Brewers 5-4 last night. Nick Markakis goes 3-for-4 in a losing cause. The Atlanta Dream lost at home to the Seattle Storm on Friday night. Angel McCoughtry led the Dream with 26 points, and Tiffany Hayes added 23 points. The BIG3 played in Oakland, California last night, as the Three-Headed Monsters and Tri-City stayed undefeated, while Three's Company and Ball Hogs won their matchups. Trilogy falls 0-3 after an undefeated last season. In World Cup news, France defeats Uruguay, and Belgium knocks off Brazil to advance to the semifinals. The Atlanta United are looking to avenge their loss on Wednesday when they face the Philadelphia Union this evening on the road. Make sure to follow the 3-Point Conversion for all your major sports news updates. It's where fans' opinions matter.
There's a lot going on in the world, and your world is always changing. That's why it's important to stay connected. The latest news, the latest entertainment, the newest music. If it's in the air or on the air, it can be in the palm of your hand, wherever you are, with the iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
Over 1,500 live radio stations from across the country, and over 15 million songs to create your own custom stations. Text IHR to 45495 to download the app or listen at iHeartRadio.com. Standard text and data rates apply.
This is Ab Stanley, senior writer for the 3-Point Conversion, and you know I'm listening to Mr. Controversy and D Intellectual on the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Tell them what's going on.
Yes, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Mr. Controversy here with my man, D Intellectual. And this next segment, Hot Topic, is brought to you by Cindycuts Barbershop, located on Chapel Hill Road, 3000 Chapel Hill Road, Suite 206 in Douglasville, Georgia. Make sure you check them out. Great barbers. Cut, all of them cut. You know how you had that one barber where he don't have anyone there? No, you're not going to get that. Everybody's busy. Everybody can cut. Some of them know how to talk sports, but no. But no, it's good people, man. I say, man, it's about the community, helping children, nothing get leaked there if you want to talk about some whatever is this a good place, man. One of the few barbershops I know that you'll see a lot of people, the cops, firemen, whatever, and they come in, everybody not tripping. I mean, it's just a good environment, man. And shout out to AKA Dwayne Chambers, AKA Baby Powder, is in the building. What's up, Dwayne Chambers?
Baby Powder.
Yeah, check him out on Instagram at Simhada Barber, SIMHATHEBARBER,
AKA Baby Powder.
Yes, sir. And also, I want to give a shout out to Chris. Hopefully, he don't have his headphones on. Chris, I hope you're listening. I don't want to hear you complain anymore, bruh. What up, Chris?
He can have his headphones on as long as he listen to us, though.
I know. He got to listen to us, though. But anyway, all right, so we're here to talk hot topic, and we got to talk about Trae Young, man. The Hawks, they drafted Luka Doncic, but they traded him to Dallas, and Dallas traded Trae Young to the Hawks, and they got a protected pick as well. Hawks did. A lot of hype. A lot of people was concerned. Some people said, I don't know, maybe we're making a terrible mistake. They felt that way. A lot of people were excited. I was excited myself. I talked about getting Trae Young. So, Summer League came. It's in Utah. Well, it has been in Utah. And it played 3 games. And let me read you what he did. So, he was 12 from 52 from the field and 3 of 24 from three-point range during the whole 3 games, right? Total of 3 games. 12 of 52 and 3 from 24. And, of course, you started to see the panic. People, oh, my God, see, I told you he was a bum, right, and he's not this. You have some people saying, you know what, he's good, man. We got time. Or, guys, what do you all think? What do you think?
Tell me the MVP of the last Summer League.
Lonzo Ball.
And then what?
Exactly.
He had a good year, though.
Right.
But I feel you, though.
And
I feel what you're
right,
saying.
but let's not take none away from Lonzo. He averaged, what,
right,
10, 7, and 8, right?
Yeah.
So that's not, for a rookie, that's not bad, right? But so think about our summer leagues, right? We always get this player that, like, kills it, right? Mm-hmm. And then what happened when he get to the league?
JaVale McGee, I never forget his summer league. When John Wall was a rookie, and JaVale McGee him and John Wall was killing it. JaVale McGee had like 10 dunks a game, catching oops, blocking shots like an all-star. Now he's the all-star, Shaq the Fool.
So let me not. So I don't want to take nothing away from JaVale McGee, because I think what happened with him is that people had these high expectations of what he was going to be. He was never going to be that. He was going to be an athletic big that run up and down the court and block and dunk.
Right.
That's all I expected him to be anyway. But just overall with summer league, right? Like, so how many fouls you get in summer league?
10.
Right. So that goes into what I'm talking about, right? Like, summer league is just that. It's summer league. You know what I mean? You get players that come out there and they become MVPs and they put up numbers and they don't even make the team.
Right.
You know what I mean? So with everything being said, right? So what Atlanta needed to do, right? They needed to sell tickets, right? So we talk about it all the time when we go to the United games, right? The fans that come out for the United games. Mm-hmm. How much that if the rest of Atlanta fans were that big, what the rest of their teams could be, right? So before the draft, Migos and Trae Young was kind of hanging, right? Like it was a big Migos for Trae Young type thing. So what that's going to do, that's good for the quote-unquote culture, right? Like to get Trae Young, to sell tickets, to do this. I mean, it's the summer league. I want him to shoot 3 for 30 on threes in the summer league and realize you need to take a step in before you thinking you right. Steph Curry. I would prefer you to do that. But not only that, right? They got a top 10 talent and a top 10 pick next year, more than likely. Mm-hmm. I'll trade him 6 times over for that.
Right. So you all can call in at 404-603-8770 to give your 3 cents on this topic right here with Trae Young. Now, again, this is my take on it. Now, if we want, let's talk about why or what's the problem or what needs to be done. I think right now is because of knowing that Atlanta Hawks has no superstar. They hadn't had a superstar in 500 years. So I think that right now
532.
532. I think that Trae feels like it's on his shoulders, and I think he's really trying to prove, because he heard the doubters. He heard everybody saying that, oh, he was the wrong pick and he can't play like that. I mean, they're on social media, man, and he's young, so right now he's trying to stay away from social media. They're trying to get him to stay away from social media. The talk's
always going to be there, right?
Yeah,
like you're going to hear it even if you're not on social media, right?
But and he knows, he hears. But I think that he was trying to put everything on his shoulders. He was trying to shoot. And trust me, Pierce, they're giving him, Lloyd Pierce, he's coach, he's giving them
the green light.
The green light.
Do you?
And they want them to shoot
want
threes.
You to do.
But I just think he has to slow down. I think that's it. I think once he slows down, I honestly believe that since Grayson Allen got in him and they got into that little scuffle, that might help him out now.
But see, here's the thing, right? I don't want you to slow down. You know what happens when you slow down? You start thinking, right? You start worrying about.
Well,
and I know
when I say slow down, I don't mean.
I know what you're saying.
I'm just saying,
but
play your game. That's what I'm saying.
Right. But you know when you slow down, when you start thinking too much, right? You start doing things that you wouldn't usually do. That ain't what I want Trae Young to do. You know why? Because you know what Trae Young should do this year? First off, who he passing the ball to?
I mean, you got shooters. You got the guys they picked up. But I feel what you're saying. I knew where you're going. But I don't agree with that. I don't think I want him to play his game. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Okay.
And I think that he's playing like 100 miles per hour. It's just like we all see it in quarterbacks. We allude to football. Quarterback, when it's a rookie quarterback playing, somebody, it could be in his own lineman just going past him. He thinking that's somebody trying to get him. He's running. He's taking off.
Right, a DN.
Because everything's, and I think that's what Trae is doing right now. Everything's moving like 1,000 miles per hour. Play your game. I think once he does that, I think he's good.
And I'm sure you're right. And we also talking about 3 summer league games. You know what I mean? Like, we ain't even got the preseason yet.
We ain't got
10
Las
games.
Vegas.
Right, we ain't even 10 games in. He ain't like I think and you know, coming out, I was worried about him. You know what I mean? And not worried about him to the point where it was going to be a problem, but like, you know, can he do this? Is he going to model his game so much to Steph Curry where it's going to be a problem? Because that's how people were trying to view him, right? Like the next Steph Curry. Like, I don't like people to come out like that. I wouldn't want Trae to come out like trying to be the next. I want him to play his game. Whoever, if he shoot a 3 from 2 steps in from the half court line, I want him to shoot that because that's what he would do, not because that's what Steph would do. You know what I mean?
And
so
I don't even think he's playing like Steph because he, he says he here, but he doesn't compare himself to Steph Curry. But I think the fact that, and it might be that because everybody is talking about it and everybody, he has a green light, so he's thinking. All
and
right,
you got to think. What he played 1 year at Oklahoma, right?
That was it,
right? But then you take away 3 to 4 years in college, right? And that's probably about the time Steph been hot like that and been doing what he been doing, right? So I'm not gonna say any move that you make like him, but since during that period of time, right?
Watch how he
stepping
played,
in, it's gonna always be modeled after. And we talked about it earlier in the year with the kids and what they gonna follow, and when you take 2 steps in and shoot one, even if you flaming it, even if you hidden, guess what they gonna say? That's a Steph jumper. That's a, you know what I mean? So it's always gonna kind of be like that. It's always gonna be that tie back, Yeah. But I think overall, I'm not mad at him. I think he's doing what he should be doing. The coach said it too. We don't want him to hesitate. But in the second half of his first game, right? He came out in the first half. He kind of stunk it up. Bad threes, 0 for 9, like 1 for 11 overall, and it was certain situations, right? Mm-hmm. But the second half, he got his teammates involved and it changed the game. So I think that's what's going to be one of the most impactful for him, understanding like when your shot not falling, play the other part of the game.
Right. That's when you learn to facilitate,
right?
And that's what he has to learn.
Right.
You got to remember, in college, you don't play against a lot of great talent like that. Not anymore.
And you in the system.
Yeah, and then not only on top of that, he played in the Big 12. I mean, sorry, I'm just
and now that we saw what you're doing, what's going on, we don't have to worry about the rest of your team. We can put 3 people on you because the rest of your team not doing nothing.
Yeah, and that's the key of it. Everybody feels that, it's like it's not as bad as Lonzo because he doesn't have coming, at everybody and talking mess about him. But at the same time, I think that the target is on Trae because I think even players, a lot of fans say it, but I think players came out and I think they feel like, you know what, we're gonna prove and show this guy, this ain't This is not Oklahoma. This is not college. You know what I'm saying?
But and I talked about it before with the whole Unc thing and Trey and all that. Is that one of the biggest things that I like that Unc always said was, all my son got to do is play basketball.
Right. And when we say Unc, everybody, if you just tuning in, if you don't follow us, we're talking about LeVar Ball. We call him Uncle LeVar, so that's Unc to us. So.
And remember, that's what he said. All my son got, to heck with what I'm doing and talking about, all my son got to do is get out there and do what he's been doing for his whole life.
Yep.
Play ball.
And that's it. And like I said, once Trey realizes that, he'll be good. Yep. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back.
Hey, I'm Diana Taurasi from the Phoenix Mercury, and you're listening to the 3-Point Conversion Radio.
Are you tired of limiting yourself from tasty food because you want to eat healthy? Well, Salad Express will fix that problem for you. Salad Express is a gourmet salad and grill restaurant that gives you multiple options to satisfy your taste buds and keep you healthy. They have over 40 toppings, which are all cut fresh daily, and 7 homemade soups, including chili. You can also order hot sandwiches and wraps, with choices like grilled chicken, steak, salmon, and shrimp, which can all be added to salad as well. Go ahead and visit them today at 1055 Mansell Road, Suite 600 in Roswell, Georgia. Your taste buds will thank you.
What's up? This is Anthony Hamilton, and you're listening to the 3-Point Conversion.
Yes, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Having a great time talking sports. And I want to shout out to all my sponsors. Once again, Seneca's Barbershop, Salad Express, and also Sucker Free LLC. Like we said, man, basketball is running sports right now, NBA particularly. And we got to get on this Western Conference.
Yes. It's big business over there. It's big business.
Yeah, a lot happened. Of course, LeBron. We hadn't had a chance to talk about it because everything happened after the last show. Yeah. But, of course, LeBron to Cleveland, Boogie, he went to Golden State, which is still unbelievable. Golden State is just petty. But
we'll get into that.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. But now...
Yeah, we're getting
Carmelo.
Into that.
Paul George signed with OKC, signed back. And remember, Carmelo said, I'm opting in. Give me this $28 million.
Who thought he wasn't?
And then, right. And
even if he ain't want to be there.
Yeah.
28, man, look.
He did it right. Yep.
Run that count.
Give me
all of my money.
All of it.
Would you be somewhere right now, people, you working your job, you hate the job, but if you had a chance to leave it, all right, you can leave. And you can test and get another job, or you get $28 million.
I'm gonna sit here tell me y'all don't want me to be here.
Right. So.
Well, we'll give you 25 if you leave. Well, I leave.
Right.
I leave.
So now look, where will Melo go?
I think he's going to the Lakers, man.
Because you have the Lakers, you have Houston, and it's been talked about Miami as well. Where would he fit?
And that's where I want to go, right? He don't fit with the Heat. And the reason I say he don't fit with the Heat because it's about winning now, right?
Yeah, we're not even talking about
right.
the Heat.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, the Heat not really don't
right.
even,
Yeah.
Y'all don't have no money, so what y'all going to offer him the mid-level exception.
Right.
So he's going to give 2 to 5 or whatever, right? So that don't even matter. It's not about money. We can get that out the way because he signed in for 28. He probably going to get bought out for what, 20, 22, somewhere in that range, right? So it's not about money. This is the first time in Carmelo's Anthony's career where we can say it's not about money, right?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, right. See, it's still that little
history has
shown that it's probably about the money.
Yeah,
right. So let's just say it's not about the money. Okay. So Miami will be out the picture because they not really competing for no championship, and that's really what it's about, right?
Mm-hmm.
You would think Houston, but if you think about Houston, you would think he gonna play the same role that he played last year in Oklahoma City that he hate, right? Catch and shoot. Catch and shoot a three because who? James Harden and Chris Paul are going to make the plays, and he got to sit back and wait on them, right?
And who's the coach?
And Mike D'Antoni,
Who's
right?
going to play for him again?
Again, right. And he had problems with him in
Did he
in New
have
York.
problems with D'Antoni? I don't think he had problems with D'Antoni.
He did. So
I think
Amari Stoudemire didn't have problems with D'Antoni. Amari Stoudemire put up big numbers.
It was a clash of styles.
Yeah, and he's not his style.
I think like Melo had like his highest like assist rate, but it was still a clash of styles because he's an isolation player,
right?
But even that's what Houston does.
But
he does it at a much slower pace.
But they were doing that in New York, though. I think the problem with New York was, well, I know the problem in New York was it was just Melo. They had no help, so he got doubled, and I think that's why he was upset about that style.
I do not want you to say it was just Melo when Amari Stoudemire was in the MVP talks the prior year.
Bro, that's one year, and after
before Melo got there,
right.
But that's what I'm saying. So when Melo got there, Amari was hurt every year.
But hold on, G, what were you saying when you said before Melo got there?
Amari Stoudemire was an MVP candidate before Melo got traded there.
And not to get on Melo back, right? But to get on Melo back. Like when he came, it changed. Like Amari went from, and did he get hurt later on? Yeah, but not off top. Not off top. So again, let's not even go there because that's a whole nother place we can go, right? Like what happened to the Knicks when it was going on, right? Mm-hmm. I think Lakers is the perfect fit. And so what I've realized and what I've been reading and doing the research on is that the Lakers are surrounding LeBron with not what people expected, right? They expected shooters. They expected all of this. But what started happening with LeBron getting to the end of the playoffs and he had to create and do this. So what it sounds like and from the reports is that they're trying to set him up to the point where it's a lot of playmakers around him. So he don't have to always be the only playmaker. So he can get to the post like Kobe and MJ did later on in their career. Mm-hmm. Got in the post and did what they did and figured it out, right? So that's the Lance Stevenson. That's the Rajon Rondo, the selections that they made. So I think that getting Carmelo would be another playmaker that can do it without LeBron creating they shot.
Okay, but that's the same in Houston, and I'm gonna tell you why I think he can fit in Houston. It's different when he was in New York because, like I said, he was the sole person. Amari was hurt all the time. He had no like at one point. Remember, it was just. I promise y'all couldn't name 4 other players that played with him during that time, but it was like.
If you're gonna ask me now, I can't because I'm gonna have to.
He was double right. He was double team. He was double team.
Landry
team.
Fields,
right? Yeah.
Jeremy Lin.
Didn't he disappear?
Landry Fields.
Yeah. He
plays in Russia or something.
He went from like almost rookie of the year being.
Yeah,
I'm talking about
was
big in New York.
He made the first team.
Right. Remember how big he was in New York? He was.
But he was supposed to be. Wait. Let me. I'm
right. Not get deep in that.
So when he go to Houston. Did Landry play in Houston too? But anyway, when he went to Houston, I mean, if he goes to Houston, you have people that can set him up. Now, Russ, you say, well, what about Russ? Yeah, but it's different. Because now with Harden, the way they play, and they don't mind, honestly, like you said, they'll isolate you. I mean, that's D'Antoni's style. All right, you get the ball. Okay, you get the ball. Now you get the ball. Melo didn't get to do that in OKC. He didn't get to isolate. He didn't get to go in the post. It was more of you just stand by the three-pointer, and that's it. Whereas Houston, you stand by the three-pointer, but all right, now it's passing Melo. Melo, you do whatever you want to do. And I think it's more open. His style is more open, and I think he'll fit. Because I think Houston, after losing Ariza, they don't have anybody defensively as far as, well, you don't have anybody to replace Ariza. You might have what's my guy named Motabutu? I don't know his name.
He's not signed with. He's not even signed with them now. He's a free agent.
Oh well, okay. So you don't. I mean, you really don't have anybody. But yet, still, if you're looking for scoring power, it'd really be hard to double any of them.
But this isn't about like what's the best fit as far as like playing style. It's which banana boat friend is his best friend, and that's play with LeBron, Dwayne Wade, or Chris Paul.
That's probably what it's gonna come down to, and that's and now that you mentioned that, that's probably what it's gonna come down to. Do I want to go to Houston and kick it with Chris Paul, or do I want to go to LA and hang out with LeBron?
Well, if y'all talking about money, if y'all think he's worried about money,
I don't think.
he'll be playing.
If he worried about money now, then
Florida, right.
If he worried about money now, then Carmelo need to go in the house. He need to go and watch Power with Lala. If he worried about money, like this is not the time for that. Like
so all right,
it's
so
not
now,
the time for that, man.
So whoever he goes to, will Golden State lose? Can Golden State lose? Like, is it possible? We know Boogie's not coming in. He's not coming in until February. You don't think it's possible they lose?
No. To who?
I think the team that
get Carmelo going. Oh
no. The team that can get him, regardless, is I think Houston still has the best chance because of their style. They the only team that style that Golden State in a sense has to dictate to.
So you do know that they lost one of their biggest impactful players, right?
Who in reason?
Yeah.
As far as what?
3-and-D. That was very impactful for them.
No,
he could play defense, and he was hitting that three.
No. He was 0-D when they played him. He didn't do nothing in that series. He did nothing in that series.
What he did for the year, though?
We're talking in the playoffs. It don't matter. We're talking in the playoffs. They're going to play. I'm saying
who replacing him? Who replacing him?
It don't matter.
I'm still waiting.
It don't matter anybody because I could put Crystal Dayon in there because she gonna hit more points than he did because Tristan did nothing in that playoff.
But that's what happens in the that's the playoffs, right? That's what happens.
But that's what we're talking about.
Okay. So
let's say if the Carmelo's there,
right?
But still, what I'm saying is,
tell me a playoff Carmelo showed up in. No,
2009.
Oh,
yeah, right. When they went to
they
the
made the conference final.
But what I'm saying is,
no, you can't be saying that if you can't say this.
What I'm saying is, with Houston though,
right?
Houston style, Golden State. True enough, Iguodala was hurt. That was a big reason.
With Steve Kerr, I think if Iguodala had not been hurt, they would have beat them in 5 or 6.
I don't think so because again, their style. Golden State. That's the only team that they played. See, Cleveland knows Golden State. They know each other. That's why every game was close, even though they swept them. Every game was close. With Houston, they had to dictate to what Houston was doing offensively. So it kind of took them off defensively. That's why you see Dre, because they kept killing him with their pick and roll. And Dre was getting, switched off and whoever. Yes, you got a Boogie, but what they going to do? Switch off a Boogie now. All right, now we're going to.
They're going to put the Hampton 5 in.
They're going to put who?
The Hampton 5 in. They don't take Boogie out and put the Hampton 5 in.
So if that's
the
case, I really believe that Houston still has a chance to beat them if Chris Paul doesn't get hurt. But other than that, I don't think
if was a fifth,
I don't think
Trevor.
Hold on, I don't think Trevor Ariza was a big. If they get somebody to play defense, I don't think he was big, especially on the offensive end, because he did nothing. He shot worse than Trae Young.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Trae Young just shot 10% in the. He was 3 for 29. That's 10%.
And the reason went 2 for 30. Look it up. I'm telling you. So
the whole team kind of.
But I think Houston is the only team that can, just because of their style. I think everybody else tries to play with Golden State,
right?
And that's my thing. I'm just saying that Houston still has the best chance to beat them. Man, even with Iguodala hurt, Houston should have won that game in 6. If CP3
when Iguodala got hurt, they was up 2-1, right?
No, I think Iguodala.
He got hurt in the fourth game. Third game. He got hurt in the third game.
The second game. He didn't play the third game.
Right. So it was 1-1?
Yeah.
Like, dude, nah. And then you also making Carmelo again a spot up shooter.
No, you don't. You do the pick and roll, let him drive. That's my thing is, he can be a spot up shooter as far as, okay, if Harden got the ball, yeah, you be ready. But he will get his chance to, all right, go ahead, we're going to isolate you. He didn't get that in OKC.
FYI, I think Billy Donovan is not a good NBA coach.
No, I don't think he is, too. I think we...
And I think it showed last year with the whole Carmelo.
When we saw what they did against Golden State when KD was there, we was like, okay, maybe they got something. Maybe they have something. But I think once he was exposed and it's not college
at all.
Go ahead.
I just want to add that Mike Patton says that Melo would be a great fit in the Big Three.
It's time to retire. It's time to retire, Mike. Retire, holler at Q, man.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
We covered him too, man.
This is Sam Freeman with the Atlanta Braves, and you're listening to the 3-Point Conversion.
What it is, what it ain't, this your boy Sherm, host of Face the Music. Join me every Wednesday night for Power Hour, where we intersect the worlds of sports and music, and we do it the best way we can, which is on a Sherm beat. So if you're ready to come through, catch some realness, vibe to some dope sounds, tune in to Face the Music every Wednesday on the 3-Point Conversion station. Let's get it.
It's time to get in the mind of Mr. Controversy and the Intellectual with What's on My Mind.
Yes, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Mr. Controversy here with The Intellectual.
Yes.
And this next segment coming up is called What's on My Mind, and it is brought to you by Sucker Free Life LLC. Make sure you live your truth for the world to see, because everyone can be sucker free. Purchase your apparel today exclusively at facebook.com/Sucker Free Life LLC. Hey man, we need some more merchandise, bro. we need some more. You know, I got the hoodie, but it's hot.
Yeah, t-shirts.
He got the hats on deck and everything, man. You know, like I said, I love Sucker Free, man. It's real right there. It's what it's supposed to be. You know, so
not sucker, sucker free.
Right.
Come on with that merch, man.
Yep. I know what he's thinking already, but anyway, so like I said, the segment is called What's on Your Mind, What's on Our Mind, and this is a segment, if it's your first time listening, where we get to talk about, you know, what's on our mind, what bothering us, what is bothering us, what we don't understand, what we like, what we think should happen. It's just that, you know, time to get some stuff off our chest, man. Just how you all listen. So, this is what's on my mind. And I hate to stay with the basketball topic, but this is really on my mind, like some real stuff. So, as I mentioned before, this has been probably the craziest NBA offseason ever. You know, free agency is, man, I've never seen anything like this. Like, so many surprises. From of course, LeBron, not necessarily surprised. I was kind of shocked that he went to the West. But then they signed Lance Stevenson, JaVale McGee, Rondo. It's like, huh? But they was building a team. Then Golden State mess around and gets Boogie. It's like, whoa. Now you're hearing reports that Dame wants to go to the Lakers. You hear that what's my name? Kyrie and Butler, and they're talking about they want to play together. So I'm gonna tell you what's on my mind, just for the simple fact that I guess I got to get used to everybody want to be buddy and play with each other. Like, really, we saw the Big Three and we saw super teams play with each other. I get that. I've adopted that. You know, that's how it is. Super teams want to play with each other. Okay. Superstars want to play with each other. But now friends are wanting to play with each other. And the big thing about that is, as a competitor, you want to go up against your friend. Now, and middle school is different. You know what I'm saying? You picking your best friend. But when you get to the high school to pros, you want to go against your best friend. You want to compete against, especially if he's good. Let me compete against you. That's what I want to do. And to see this, like Michael Jordan is rolling over in his grave. Larry Bird, Magic, all of them rolling over in their graves right now. Like, I can't imagine the fact that Magic Johnson would say, I want to play with Isaiah. And that's the thing. You saw Isaiah and Magic when they went at it, you know, when they played each other, they went at it. They were about to fight, going at each other's throats. Mark Aguirre and Magic, they're boys. They're going at each other's throat. Jordan and Oakley, they were best friends. Jordan and Ewing were tight, but they went at it. That's just what it was. Charles Barkley and Jordan. That's competition. But now everybody want to play with each other and don't want to play against. And when the last time you heard somebody say, I want to play against him, or I want to beat him? You don't hear that anymore. You know, and I'm not going to lie, it's kind of hard to get used to. And now I realize I guess I have to. You know, I just have to. That's what the league is. Or I'm going to just stop watching basketball. You know I'm not going to do that. So I have to adapt. But it's just weird, man. I had a conversation with my son. This is funny well, not funny, but it was kind of sad. I had this conversation with my son. Shout out to Jason. And Jay was telling me, he was like, we were talking about Kevin Durant when he first left Golden State. And when I thought he left because he couldn't beat Golden State. That's what I thought at first. So I thought that's why he left. So I'm like, yo, that's not a good look. That's a punk move. My son looked at me like, I almost had to like, yo, boy, you know you talking to? Like, he looked at me up and down like, what? He was like, I would do that. Why not? Why not play with you? Why not play with the best? I want to play with the best so I could be the best. Yeah, I'm like, that's not how you do it, son. You know, I understand that, but you want to compete. You want to learn how to compete. So what's going to happen if you lose, you just quit? That means you're quitting. No, that don't mean that. I'm just saying I want to be the best. But I had to realize that's the mindset of everybody today. So what's on my mind is I just got to adapt now, man. It's hard to. I don't want to. I know Mike Patton is like, that's the get off my lawn segment, but that's just how I feel, man. And that's what's on my mind.
Definitely, I agree with it. First off, if Michael Jordan roll over in his grave, I'm gonna leave the studio and go do something else if he roll over in his grave, because he ain't dead yet. But I know what you're saying, but I'm just on that.
Me and Charles Barkley got that type of, you know.
No, I'm just on that. But even with the youngsters, with the youngsters, right? So me and my homie was talking about it before. It comes to it kind of is like the equivalent to mumble rap, right? You know how being the old heads, right? And we don't like mumble rap or you know, certain rap that's going on now. We be like, yeah, that's trash, right? But guess what the new heads say? The young squad. That's what's popping. That's what it is, right? That's what it is. So that's kind of what, you know, the new age NBA is, right? Like, I'm gonna get a championship. My legacy ain't what you want my legacy to be. My legacy is what I'm going to determine it to be. And it's going to get a championship. It's to get this money. And it's to do that, right? So, hey, like their definition, it's not our definition. And I think that's what us as older heads, because I don't want to say old heads, because I'm not an old head. I don't even know what y'all talking about. But us being older heads or older fans is, we got to understand that. Like, at some point it changed, right? Because think about with your pops, right? My pops and they pops before probably was a different definition. Yeah. You know what I mean? So we gotta adapt. Are we gonna like it? Yeah, probably not. You know what I'm saying? I know we're not gonna like it, but this is the reality of what it is.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what Boogie wanted to do. And he took $5 million to do it. He didn't do it and say, I want 20 still. He said he gonna do it for $5 million.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy. So, definitely time to get on what's on my mind. And for a minute, I didn't have nothing really to talk about what was on my mind because, it's been a uneventful week. But since we've been in the studio, we had a conversation. The conversation started about Babe Ruth and where he stands in history. People say he was probably one of the greatest. And this because, he pitched for a minute. He had good numbers as a pitcher. And we know what he did as a hitter. He put up numbers and did his thing. So me, myself, I don't label him as one of the greatest because I feel like he didn't play against the greatest competition. And when I say that, I mean it. And, when he played during the time, it was a segregated league. Black people couldn't play in the league. And I'm not just going to say black. It was just a white league. So when I say it was just a white league, that means that think about how the MLB is now, right? It's almost dominated by Hispanics, Dominicans, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans. It's like dominated. It's not even like away from black, right? Like, let's just say it's a brown league more so ever, right? So we was talking about how dominant Babe Ruth was, but my point in it, he wasn't even playing against the top competition at the time. So when Satchel Paige came to the league, he had pitched in the Negro leagues for like 15 years. So by the time he came to the league for the what I think it was like 6 or 7 years where he actually played in the league, and when he was still dominant, like in them 6 or 7 years. So imagine him being in the league for them 15 years that he was in the Negro leagues pitching against Babe Ruth. Let's talk about Josh Gibson, who never got to the league, right? He never got to the MLB, right? He was dominant in the Negro leagues. Let's talk about his name is missing me now, but he went to the Cardinals and they had to change the whole mound because of him.
Bob Gibson.
Bob Gibson. He was in the Negro leagues for a period of time and had to come to the Negro leagues at a later period of time. So I don't want to take away from. Yeah, I'm gonna take away from Babe Ruth. He did his thing and it was great, and give him his kudos. However, label him up as like the greatest or like I look at my top 5. I'm not even sure he's top 5. You can chime in or say whatever you want to say. Barry up there, probably one to me. And, of course, it's going to always be the steroids usage or whatever, that it could be. However, you want to get deep into it, in the 20s or the 30s, were we talking about steroids? Do we know if they were taking steroids? So, yeah, when Barry did it, let's not say when Barry did it. So let me take that away because he's never tested positive. When it was quote unquote that he did do it, was it against the rules in the baseball? No, it wasn't against the rules. It was just frowned upon, right? It was frowned upon. So who knows in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s what anybody was doing? Because now it's frowned upon to put tar on the ball or any foreign substance if the pitcher pitching. In the 30s and the 40s, was it? Nah, it was kind of normal to do. It was a thing to do. So, it is what it is. Again, that's what happened to be on my mind because we was talking about Babe Ruth and things of that magnitude. But put everything in perspective to when it was and what it was. Yeah, that's what's on my mind.
You said it, brother. Hey, I don't have nothing to say. I agree. But look, real quick, breaking news from LA, from 3-Point Conversion Insider.
That's some news. There's no news coming now.
Arizona Cardinals general manager has just been, Steve Keane, I think, has just been cited for DUI. Well, he was cited on DUI on July 4th.
6 games.
Yeah.
He needs 6 games.
He needs 6 games.
So, that's how they do the football, the players, right? They get like 6 games or 4 games.
Look, well, he might have an alternative, and we're going to talk about that when we come back on the other end. We'll be right back.
You're tuned into WWE AM 1100.
The opinions expressed during the sponsored programs on this station are strictly those of the program hosts, guests, and callers and are not necessarily those of Beasley Broadcast Group, this station, its staff, other advertisers, or agencies.
Have you been looking for a radio station that gives you sports?
I don't believe it! It's a touchdown!
Entertainment?
Are you not entertained?
And other special interest talk shows?
Well, isn't that special?
All on one app?
Yo, that's dope. What app is that?
It's the real 1100 AM app for WWE. Grab it for free in your Google Play or Apple App Store today.
What's good, family? I'm Marlon Sucker Free Jones, a Sucker Free Life Double LC, and I'm locked in every Saturday to the best sports show on the planet, the 3-Point Conversion, with no team or no players off limits. So let's talk sports, the best of the best, the worst of the worst, and everything in between. Can you dig that?
No mercy. Don't let up on him. Go hard on him, Mr. Controversy. Hit him with the stop it button.
All right, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Want to thank everybody for listening, supporting us, man. We appreciate you. I can't say it enough. We definitely appreciate you. We talk about you all the time, man. If it wasn't for you, I don't mean to sound cliche, but for real, if it wasn't for you all, man, I don't know if we would even be on the radio, So it's like I said, we recognize it. I promise you we don't ignore it. So thank everybody for your support, family and friends, and just listeners as well. Also, I definitely want to give a special shout out to my main man, little 3-year-old Kelton, for getting a haircut right now in the chair, and especially give a big shout out to his mother, one of Atlanta's finest, and I mean Atlanta's finest, Miss Sierra, aka CC. Man, we appreciate your work. You one of the good ones, as far as being APD, man. We don't have too many good ones out there, but the fact that we do have a good one out there and still being able to take care of your son and, just be approachable, and doing it the right way and protecting and serving with integrity. We salute you. Much respect.
Say word.
Now, it is time for the most infamous, the most famous Stop It segment. Let's get it.
Stop it! 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 Stop it!
Yes, S-T-O-P, new word, I-T. Stop it!
Stop it. Get some help.
All right, D, you up first.
So it's on me first. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. So I'm not sure if y'all saw. I think it was it FIBA, the FIBA tournament. It was this big fight with was Australia and Philippines. Yeah, it was like big, like they was fighting for real. So my stop it is going to Thon Maker, who plays for the Milwaukee Bucks. And I'm not sure if anybody saw it, right? But he was doing these jump knees, right? Like he was jumping across,
not jump kicks,
right? Like not jump kicks, right? Like he was like literally. First off, he's like 6'11", 7'1", something like that, right? Yep. And he weighed like 112 pounds too. So he's very tall and slim, right? But he was doing these jump knees, right? He was like, he didn't hit nobody, right? But when he was doing it, it was so funny because everybody else swinging. Like they literally, the Philippines and Australia, they was out there fighting, bro. Like they choking each other, they getting in. And he like, so he looked like Street Fighter. You know Dalzim on Street Fighter with the knees?
Yeah.
That's what he was looking like across the screen. And but he didn't hit nobody. So it's kind of like, are you trying not to hit? Like, what are you doing? So that's what my stop it is.
Stop it. Do you think he was being like that because he was in the Philippines? Do you think he just all of a sudden just
thought he was like,
I don't know, this is what he's
what
supposed to do?
Like, I don't know,
he
man.
Looked like a kid who just took his first karate class.
Yeah, like never had fought. He looked like he's never been in a fight, and he was just like, I saw this on TV, and this is what I'm supposed to do. Like it looked very much like that.
Look, we would have showed the clip, but people might shut us down like they've had
right.
They don't play jokers.
Yes. When I tell y'all, I hope y'all can go look and follow it. Look at Thon Maker, and he was throwing some knees.
All right. Stop it. My stop it segment. Now remember I just talked about how the GM for the Arizona Cardinals, that he got cited for a DUI on July 4th and while he was driving and drinking on July 4th. But anyway, so I talked about he might have an alternative. So I don't know if it fits this, but listen to this. This is the policy for the I guess for PED, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the PED policy. So it says the NFL Management Council may, prior to the conclusion of a player's appeal, reduce the length of the suspension and corresponding bonus forfeiture by up to 50% when the player has provided full and complete assistance, including hearing testimony if required, to the Management Council, which results in the finding of an additional violation of the policy by another player, coach, trainer, or other person subject to this policy. So in other words, they're saying, if you tell on somebody else that they're using the drugs as well, PED, and they're doing it, we will reduce your fine, your suspension and or fine. Stop it.
Snitches get stitches.
Stop it.
Snitches get stitches.
Stop it.
Snitches get stitches.
Stop it.
Snitches get stitches. Call this the Jose Canseco rule.
Bruh, come on.
Tell on me. Tell on me if you want to. Tell on me if you want to when I get these 4 games.
Right.
What locker room you? What locker room you? What locker room you gonna be in?
Who you think would tell?
Nobody.
No. You don't think nobody? You think
Russell Wilson?
You gonna do my boy? You gonna do my boy like that?
I think he a trick. I'm sorry.
You think he a trick?
Yeah.
He ain't gonna trick
You
on
don't?
nobody, man.
That's the safest black man in America.
What you think he gonna do?
He
telling.
You think he'd trick on him? I don't think he'd trick on him like that. I'm sorry, we not Chicago. Do you think they'd tell on him?
Right.
You think he'd tell?
It's possible. But I think like over the years, maybe the other players have just learned, look, just stay out of his eyesight.
Stay away from him.
So you know who would tell?
Yeah.
Everybody in New England?
Yeah. But see, Russell.
No. See, in New England, nobody talks.
Ain't nobody gonna say nothing.
Nobody allows.
No, what I'm saying is, they would tell if they know somebody else from another team is doing it, so they can get that.
But see, they're not gonna get caught.
Yeah, they're not gonna caught. They're gonna.
If they do, they gonna. So
they
here's
gonna
the biggest
handle
thing, right? So what you get 4 games.
Yep.
So if you get them 4 games and you trick and you get 2 games, right? After you get cut next year, who you think wants you on their team?
Nobody.
And you know, one of the biggest things when they sign to somebody, they worry about the locker room, right? The locker room don't want you in their locker room. Even if they not doing steroids, right? You might tell my wife on me.
He said Russell Wilson. All right, look, we got
Russell gonna tell your wife on. If you cheat, he telling on you. He gonna tell Sierra, and then when Sierra find out, because they be on dinner,
we got to take a break. We're gonna be right back.
Let me break down to y'all what's so dope about the three-point conversion. First of all, everybody is a fan of the game first. Second of all, everybody is a student of the game second. And third of all, we're the average sports fan just like everybody else. We're not coming in here, walking with our nose tipped high, acting snooty, acting brand new. This is a grassroots organization. Bar none. The three-point conversion, where fans' opinions matter. Be sure to visit the website www.the3pointconversion.com. Get your fix, get your articles, multimedia, and everything else that you, as a sports fan, need. So again, the3pointconversion.com. It's where it's at, man, where fans' opinions matter.
Radio.
Tune in.
Now. You can tune in to this radio station on any smartphone or tablet. iPhone, Android, BlackBerry, Nokia, Samsung, Windows phones, or whatever you have. Download the free TuneIn app from your phone or tablet's app store. Tune in with music, sports, news, and comedy from over 70,000 radio stations around the world, including this Beasley Broadcast Group station. Check it out at tunein.com or your app store.
Sit back and relax. You're back in the three-point conversion with Mr. Controversy and The Intellectual.
All right, we are back inside the three-point conversion sports lounge.
Yes.
Having a good time.
You hear that beat?
Yes. Shout out to Sharon, man. Killing them beats. What you got going on this weekend, man?
It's a beautiful weekend. I know it's a picnic tomorrow. Picnic
Today. I think it's supposed to rain all weekend, I heard.
It's supposed to rain sometime today. I think tomorrow supposed to be a little nice. People in town, family reunions. A lot of stuff going on, man. So
that's what's up.
You know,
Miss Crystal. Hey, what do you have going on?
It's gonna be a easy weekend. I don't have anything planned. Not at all. I'm gonna go home.
That's good.
Play it by ear.
Pretty much. Last weekend was kind of crazy.
And then last week,
4th of July was, so
weird.
I'm trying to relax.
It was very weird. It was in the middle of the week.
It felt like Sunday. It felt like a Sunday.
It messed me up.
Thursday felt like Monday. I was at work like,
we about
Monday?
to do this all over again?
Yeah, it messed me. I didn't even know if it was Friday. Like, it messed me up. Yeah. G, what you got going on, man?
I'm just going to go home and take a nap.
Yeah, that's typically.
That sounds great, though.
Yeah, it does. It does. I wish I could.
Especially if it rains.
Yeah, if it rains, right. I'm chill with the family, kick it with wifey, and, just chill, man. Last week, I'm like you, crazy weekend, family in town. We did it up, man. Every night, Joker's in my house till 8 in the morning up. So, like, it was.
They was on vacation.
Yeah, but other ones had to work, and I had to get ready for the show,
exactly,
and all of that. But whatever. But
that's what happened when people come down here, man.
Right,
they come hang out with you Thursday through Monday, and you be like,
right.
I got to go to work in the morning. I don't know what you have to do.
Yep. But hopefully everybody has a great weekend this weekend. So this segment, Is This Really Happening, is brought to you by Salad Express. Make sure you check them out. They're in Alpharetta, Roswell Road, actually. But check them out. Look them up on a website.
Great
man.
food.
Great food.
Great food.
My joint is the shrimp wrap. You know, I don't eat meat, but they got salmon. They got all of that. But the shrimp wrap is my joint, man. You get to fix it up. They ask you what you want on it, and they fix it there fresh.
Healthy food.
Cook the shrimp there fresh.
Good food for
right.
you.
So good stuff, man.
And I'm working on eating better. No pork this month.
I see.
No pork this month. That's going to be and I decided to do that during the 4th of July, which is what happens during that time. Barbecue, ribs, tips, all this. And I was just sitting there just gazing. Just gazing at the tip.
Get you some chicken.
Go ahead, G.
All right, so
I don't know how you do it. Go ahead.
All right, so this is the Is This Really Happening segment. So I only have 2 stories because there wasn't a lot of craziness that happened this week. So the first story, a man in Illinois is facing multiple charges because he pretended to be a restaurant employee so that he could upgrade the restaurant's cable package to get the
What? Wait, say that again?
He pretended to be a restaurant employee over the phone to upgrade the restaurant's cable package.
Whoa! So he definitely got fraud
Wait,
charges.
so why did he want to? What was the point?
Now he's this is in Illinois, right? He wanted to get the Pac-12 network so he could watch the Arizona basketball game while he was in town for the weekend.
Whoa! So he don't even live there. He was just there for that period of time, and that's what he was on.
Right.
So wait, what part of Illinois was it?
Oh,
Arlington Heights.
Oh, that's right outside the crib. That's the
that's
suburbs. That's
Chicago.
northwest. Northwest.
Wow.
Whoa.
So wait. So he did this so he can watch the Pac-12.
Oh, I hope he
To
don't
get
have
the
no other
Pac-12 network.
So let me.
I hope he don't have a record.
Let me ask you
Because
this.
if he got a record, he going to jail.
So let me ask you this. Just say, so we're in Atlanta, right? I know you wouldn't do it now because we're on the show and we're
Right.
good people. But let's say if the only way you couldn't, some reason, cable or nothing, we couldn't get the Bears. Or we couldn't get the Bulls and Michael Jordan was playing. Would you go to that extreme?
No, I'm going to go somewhere that allows every channel or every game to be on there.
Maybe they don't. That was the thing.
No, it's always so. No matter where you are, right? I've been to a lot of cities, right? And there's always 2 or 3 bars or restaurant, right, that tell you every game.
But Pac-12,
every day.
Arizona,
Yes, and here's even bigger. You can talk to the bartender. And tell them, man, can you change the channel?
You know, everybody's like, no, Joe, we watching the baseball game. You know how they be doing.
If it's 8 channels on one, you can turn.
But why would this restaurant or bar have the Pac-12 network in Illinois?
That's what I'm saying.
They're gonna have the Big Ten network.
Well. First off, if it's that important, maybe you shouldn't have left. If it's that important for you to watch that game,
his son could
maybe
be
you should
playing.
stay.
His son could be
Well,
playing.
he should have been at the game. What was he in Arlington Heights for?
I'm just curious how he got caught. Like,
well, the manager of the restaurant found a large increase on the cable bill. And I don't know where I feel like the guy was making calls from his own phone,
which is stupid
because they linked 11 phone calls to the cable company to him.
See, you're not even slick enough, right?
Exactly.
Like if you're gonna be slick, let's really get slick, right? I ain't gonna say use your friend phone, but go to a payphone. How many payphones is it in America? Probably 6. Probably one in every major city.
Not in Arlington Heights. But look, you know what though?
He should have went to the hotel because they was visiting, right? He should have went to the hotel and used the downstairs phone. And first off, why is Arizona basketball game this important in your life?
Did it say that?
No, it don't. I'm sure it don't.
No, this was a game in I think it was in December.
Mm-hmm.
So
he had money on it. What?
He must have. I don't. It
But
doesn't
you know
have
what
any
though?
other details.
I will say this though: it's horrible. You should never do that. But
you got to get that caveat first. You got to get that disclaimer
but,
first.
But I have to say that. But being a sports guy, that's what I'm talking. Man, I'm trying to think. I know how I am with the Bears. If it was some reason I couldn't watch the Bears game, I don't know what I would.
But see you got to think in terms of college sports, though.
Right,
if it was the NFL, bar's going to have red zone
I'm just saying, I'm just saying, I'm
ticket.
just comparing it to like if it's a Bears game, I have to watch. Like I've been in church, and I'm just like.
I got to go.
Go.
We can't wait
like,
on the preacher.
I'm talking about
he can't preach. He can't say his last.
I'm talking about I'm at the altar. I'm about to get prayed for. Next thing you know, hey, bro, it's time to go.
Kick off.
Just walk
kick
off.
Look, they just kick off.
I'll be on the floor.
Devin Hester taking it back.
You know how they fall out, right? Be on the floor looking. I got to just get up and just walk
out.
It's
over with. Devin Hester run back. I can't miss the first part.
Crazy.
He's probably done this before. He's probably successfully done
it and never got caught.
And never because it's a business. So you're not. Really
so you asked me this. You asked me what would I do? I wouldn't be in that situation because I got a fire stick.
Well, that's what he should have invested in.
Go ahead. You just put yourself on blame. No, go ahead, G. What's the next?
It carries a 6-year prison sentence, but he was booked and released on a $2,000 bond. But he is due in court at the end of the month.
Now, the bond don't mean nothing, but if it's up to 6 years, they probably going to give him 3 years probation.
At least, yeah.
Jeez, you're on probation. You can't cross the street.
What's the next
You can't
story?
jaywalk.
All right, so the other story, and if you're watching on Facebook Live, you'll be able to see the video. But it's Odell Beckham Jr., as I'm sure he gets a lot of free stuff. And in connection to the Uncle Drew movie being released, there's been some packages of new Kyrie Irving shoes with the in Wheaties boxes. So it's like a total Wheaties package. You get a box of Wheaties, a bowl, a spoon, and a pair of the shoes.
Okay.
So Odell Beckham Jr. receives his box, and I'm gonna pull it up here, and we all know he's kind of a weird dude, right? And to say the least,
right.
So he takes the shoes out of the box, and he puts them in the bowl, and then he proceeds to pour milk in the bowl, and the video ends right as he bites the shoe. But he's talking about kids. Remember to eat your Wheaties every morning.
So here's the thing, right? Here was a big thing with Kyrie giving him one. He was so ecstatic, and so for you to be ecstatic for getting my shoes that come in a Wheatie box with a bowl, you gonna pour milk on them and bite them? And I'm looking at it.
He's gonna bite it,
and that's really what he go for real.
Yeah.
Come on, B. Nah.
I mean, he is a millionaire. Maybe he doesn't care that much about the shoes.
But me as Kyrie, right?
Yeah.
Like me, I'm sending you my Uncle Drew joints, right?
I
like,
done heated.
That's what you gonna do?
Right.
Like, wear your Wheaties. Don't eat them. Wear them. Like, come on.
Yeah, you're supposed to wear these.
Yeah, they're not the ones you eat, bro. Like, what are you doing? We know you throwed a little bit, OBJ, but come on.
Come on, man.
Shout out to him for doing that challenge. What that dancing challenge was? What was the dance challenge?
In My Feelings challenge?
Yeah, you saw him. He killed it the other day, too.
What you just think it's crazy? You ain't got to say?
I find it fascinating. I get it, I guess, but I don't get it at all. It's okay, why not? Sure.
And he probably gained another 5 million.
Absolutely.
5 million
we're talking
followers.
about it.
Yeah, he probably gained some more followers just off that.
Wow, that's.
Yeah.
I think it was. I think he had a purpose of doing it. I say that. I don't know what it was, but it's method to the madness, I guess. But I mean, hands down, I think the other one is crazy though. Even though I understand
the cable package, I think that
I
happens
understand
more
it,
often.
but
I don't see. So here's the thing, and I
think
need
that
maybe,
happens more often.
Maybe
than
I think I
it
need
does.
you to make me understand it. Why do you even understand it?
Bruh, it's not what he did. I'm not even focused on what he did. I'm just saying the fact of to do anything to watch whatever. I'm a sports fanatic. If I can't watch a particular game I need to watch, I don't know what I would do to watch that game.
But see, again, what I'm saying about that, right? Like, you know how of a Chicago fan I am, right? Like Cubs, all that. So I'm not going somewhere, and I'm checking before I get there. Do y'all have everything? Do y'all have all NFL games? Do y'all have all MLB games? Do y'all have all NBA games? Before I get there, for instance, Taco Mac, right? We know when you go to Taco Mac, they going to get every sport,
Right.
every channel. So that's where I'm going to go. Well, he wanted the tacos from that spot? They had good tacos?
Dog, he's in Arlington, Illinois, and they don't have, this is the Pac-12.
I think
college
it was
basketball.
It might have been like a, if you're familiar with the Buffalo Phil's, that's the name of the bar or restaurant.
See? No, I don't.
No, but so with that, I understand what you're saying. He but you know that's a package, right? Fox Sports is a package. So
Maybe he had money.
having getting Pac-10 and go to a different bar, buddy. Or you gonna get these 6 years. You finna get these quick 6 years.
he thought he could get away with it because he don't live there.
Exactly, exactly.
All right, y'all, look.
Guess what?
It wasn't the first time.
And not to get on that, but let me tell you, Arlington Heights, they booking you.
Yeah, they will.
It's going down.
Hey, real quick though, something crazy just happened. LA once again. So apparently, Brandon Jennings, he's like the most hated guy in his neighborhood, and neighbors, telling TMZ that they called the police. They've called the police 30 or 40 times on Brandon about his loud music or whatever in his home, and it's saying that no arrests were made, of course. But multiple neighbors tell us that they're fed up with Brandon because he treats the house like a nightclub with crazy parties, blaring music, and huge crowds almost every night of the week. In fact, the neighbors tell us that they've spoken with Jennings and have pleaded with him to keep it down because the area is filled with families, kids who have school, and parents who work. But the pleas have fallen on deaf ears.
You don't want to know my opinion on that.
And where is that?
Milwaukee.
This is in... Yeah, Milwaukee.
Milwaukee, yeah.
No, wait. Is this Milwaukee?
I'm sure he signed with. He about to re-sign with them.
I guess it is. It doesn't say. No, L.A. Valley.
Oh man, y'all better be quiet.
Exactly.
Y'all better
Where
be
are
quiet. Y'all better
So,
be
where are
quiet.
we?
See,
Y'all better be quiet.
Here we go. So
Party. Let's all get
That's
wasted.
crazy.
That's
So
what it
look,
sounds like he doing.
we're gonna take a quick break. That's crazy, and we'll be right back.
Yo, what's up? This your boy Marcus Banks to the BIG3 of the Ghost Ballers. You listening to the Sports Lounge with my main man, Mr. Controversy.
Are you tired of limiting yourself from tasty food because you want to eat healthy? Well, Salad Express will fix that problem for you. Salad Express is a gourmet salad and grill restaurant that gives you multiple options to satisfy your taste buds and keep you healthy. They have over 40 toppings, which are all cut fresh daily, and 7 homemade soups, including chili. You can also order hot sandwiches and wraps, with choices like grilled chicken, steak, salmon, and shrimp, which can all be added to salad as well. Go ahead and visit them today at 1055 Mansell Road, Suite 600 in Roswell, Georgia. Your taste buds will thank you.
Sit back with me, the baseball antagonist. Pull up your favorite chair, grab a drink, and listen as Mr. Controversy helps us relax the sports knowledge in the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge, right here on the 3-Point Conversion Station.
in your eyes, who has been the biggest surprise, throughout the first 2 weeks of the season, whether it's a team or a player?
I gotta say Baron Davis, to be honest, for me. I thought he was gonna kind of come, feel his way in. The first year, everybody really don't know what to expect. And the speed of the game and the physical nature of the game and the game really forces you to use every basketball skill you have. So I thought, some people are overwhelmed for the first couple of weeks. So to see Baron come out and, be pretty much like one of the front runners for the MVP, we got a short season. So to have him as a front runner was, that was surprising.
All right. That was Ice Cube talking about Baron Davis being the most surprised in the Big Three so far. Baron Davis had another good, successful game last night. They won last night, and he came out with 17 points. He had 17 points, and like I said, man, keep up with the Big Three, yo. We're definitely rocking with the Big Three. Make sure you keep up with them. They're packing out homes, houses. They're leaving people with a great impression. You know what I'm saying? It's not like how it used to be, where beforehand it was just, all right, this is just it's just something to do. But right now they're packing out stadiums and they're like very good. You know what I'm saying? Some good games. Shout out to Mahmoud Abdul Rauf. We talk about Cindy Cuz Barbershop. He goes there, attends there, and he hit the game-winning shot yesterday. So
again, he stay hitting game one.
Just So
and look like he like 192.
Yeah. So
he balling.
Yeah.
With his gray hair. But he balling. He balling. But he been shooting that joint for a minute. I remember seeing him on Facebook early last year. He was hitting like, man.
And like I say, everybody talk about Steph, but that's
the original one.
That was So
FYI for y'all that don't know Chris Jackson, LSU.
Check him out. So I want to talk about the Eastern Conference now. We talked about the West, and with the Eastern Conference, it was some moves we saw that happen. Especially, the biggest move that's about to happen right now is Dwight Howard. He finally got bought out by Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to sign with the Washington Wizards.
It's a big move, too.
With him signing with the Washington Wizards, does this help Washington get past the second round finally?
So, I think with LeBron being gone, so I want to just talk about Washington, right? We're going to talk about the whole thing, right? I think the Eastern Conference is more open than people think, because what we've been hearing, of course, is that it's Phillies and Boston's for the next 10 years, right? That's what we hear. But through basketball and what we know is that usually the team that wins has the best player on the court, right? So, of course, now you think about the East. Who's the best player in the East? You can say Kyrie at one point. You can say this at this point. You can say that at that point. Like during the season, it can be a lot of people that you can say is the best player on the court, right? So I think Washington getting Dwight Howard is going to be huge. First off, the fact that John Wall, the way he set up Martin Gortat, right? He set him up like remember we used to call Tony Kukoc the waiter?
Yeah.
That's the way he was setting Gortat up.
Right.
Like putting it on a plate for him, all you got to do is dive. Pick, roll, and dive, right?
Right.
So imagine Dwight Howard getting that type of feed. He's never played with a point guard.
And what he has to realize is if he can not focus on worrying about getting the ball in the post, he can just play off the pick and roll, like you said, because he's going to get touched, especially with John Wall. But focus off the pick and roll, grab your boards.
Oops, alley-oops.
But isn't Dwight not a fan of running the pick and roll?
He's not, but has he? But look, this is the thing.
Has he played with a point guard that
right? And that's
really
what I was going to say because Kemba's a scoring point guard.
Think about his point.
Think about the players.
Think about his point guard.
He's never even played with multiple good players.
Who's his point guard in
He had Jameer Nelson and Rafer Alston.
And he had 56-year-old Steve Nash.
Yeah.
So he hadn't played with anybody. So that's why I said it's different.
And James Harden.
And he's playing with a more complete team. Even when he went to L.A., that weren't a complete team. Plus, he was injured. But now he has a complete team. And he's not playing with just, I mean, yes, they're younger, but not young in that sense.
I think when it first happened, somebody was like, well, what about their locker room? Somebody was like, John Wall and Bradley Beal, they throwing things up over there. They not on that. They're
not letting you run in that. So, but I think this can catapult them, man, as one of the front runners in the East, just because Washington they weren't good defensively. Then
he gonna change that,
right? Then on top of that, they didn't have. I mean, I like Otto Porter, but they just didn't. They needed one more person to solidify. And if Gortat was playing like he was when he was younger, before when all of them was young, I think maybe. But now with the White, man.
Here's the thing that I caution with that all the time, right? Because what we do every year with Washington, we say that they're gonna be top 3,
right?
They're gonna be one that may come out the East. Like every year, right? Every year after they do this, we say this was gonna happen. And then just like this past year, they came out and we were like, it's early. They losing a few games, it's early. And they went through the season and was like 41-41 for no reason.
Right.
And we expected them to win 50 games easily and be a top 3 seed in the East.
It's okay.
Washington
so
still.
If it's Washington, so we talk about other players.
And it's their coach.
Right.
Oh, yeah, that's
right.
true.
See, and that's one of the biggest things, right? And I think I went back to it with the Billy Donovan, right? So you fire Scotty Brooks and then you go to Billy Donovan. Like, dude.
But I think Scotty Brooks he's coaching better than he was in OK. Yeah. I think he's grown up. So like I said, with the players they have, I like it. Now, okay, so with the East, we say Washington, you still have, we're going to talk about an up-and-coming team. Milwaukee, right now, they got Coach Bud. I mean, and locally in Atlanta, everybody knows about him. He comes from that San Antonio tree. Right. I don't think Coach Bud had talent like he has now. And he has a lot. He didn't have a superstar in Giannis. Joe Johnson was a beast, but he didn't have that Giannis who can dominate a game like that.
I could say that, but that one year they had 4 people in the All-Star game?
Man, who else played in the All-Star game though? Yeah.
That was a team that played well together. But there wasn't that like go-to player.
Right.
Okay.
And you have that.
But he has that go-to guy in Giannis.
Then you have
But to be honest, and when I think about it, you still think about it's Milwaukee though, right?
But they didn't have. I don't think.
I mean, you're not gonna get free agents there. Not a superstar free agent.
But they got some nice players.
If you draft well, then
you got Middleton.
You Middleton. You have Brogdon. I don't know if they're going to bring Jabari back. Probably not.
But not
if somebody give him a large number, they probably not.
But you have Bledsoe. Right. You still have Bledsoe. Hopefully he doesn't play scared again. But in the playoffs.
You can probably get to the second round.
But, I mean, I think right now it kind of puts them in a position where they might be good. You know what I'm saying? And then now we got the 2 top teams. I mean, even you mentioned Indiana. I mean.
Right, yeah. You got to think about Indiana starting 5. We talked about it, right? Collison, right? Oladipo, Tyreek Evans, Thaddeus Young, and Miles Turner.
I mean, it's pretty decent.
You have Bogdanovich, and they just signed McDermott.
Yeah.
And then you still got Corey.
And they got Kyle O'Quinn.
Who on the bench? Corey Joseph? Ain't Corey Joseph on the bench?
Yeah, Corey.
He plays for did he sign with the Pacers? I thought he was still with the Raptors.
No, he was
with them last year. He's with the Pacers last year.
You got the rookie. You got
Aaron Holiday.
So, I mean, I like what they're doing.
And the reason I say that, right, is because I think that, again, the East is more open than people is giving it credit for.
Right. But the two top teams you have now, you have Toronto and you have Boston.
With saying Toronto, you want to know the funniest thing? So Dwayne Casey got fired because of LeBron James, right? Can we kind of agree to that?
And LeBron is gone.
And LeBron gone.
So it's
they
like,
easily could be in the finals with Dwayne Casey.
Do you think that he brings up Detroit?
I was about to ask that.
They're going to have Griffin and Drummond for a whole season.
And you still have Bobby Shmurda, not Bobby Shmurda, I'm sorry.
Reggie Jackson.
But you have Reggie Jackson.
That boy, that look like an alien.
But you have Reggie Jackson. You have they don't have Tobias because Tobias went to
they traded to the Clippers.
But you have some pieces there. You might see something now because the whole year they start off together.
Yeah, you always do that, right? But then you be like this: it's Detroit, though. You be like, yeah,
but going back to Toronto, what you were saying, because I think now because like you said, Dwayne Casey's not there.
The thing that's hard to believe in Detroit is that their best player is a center. That
don't have
cool
post
like 20
move.
years ago. But
and
today you got to have a great point guard.
And he don't have post moves like that, right?
Y'all think he better than Blake?
He's more important than Blake.
And not necessarily better, right? Marketability. He's been there. Like he the face of the franchise. You can't agree to that?
No, you're right. I mean, y'all,
and that's going to be important.
Just because Blake looked like a Cabbage Patch Kid, y'all treat him.
He definitely looked like a Cabbage Patch Kid.
I'm saying Drummond's more important.
Yeah,
Blake just got there. We still don't know. They still don't know what they have.
And they
with
traded
him.
him for like what? 2 bags of chips and a super taco.
Pretty much, yeah.
So look, all right, we got to go, man. But I think still it's Toronto and Boston's to lose. We don't know how Toronto will be with the new coach, but I think he's an assistant coach. He was there, so he knows his guys.
What was that small forward? Philly just made a big pickup, a big small
forward.
About
Philly too.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. They made a big pickup, and he's a veteran small forward. Right before J.J. Redick signed back, they made a veteran small forward pickup. It's gonna be very important for them.
Yeah,
man, what is it? I don't know. I'm sure we'll get back to it, but.
Great.
Don't forget Philly.
Yeah, so it's still Philly. Top heavy, but like we're saying, don't sleep on the East. Eastern Conference is nice. It's going to be nice this year.
But when they get to the finals, it's just
Jalika or Bezjalika play for the Timberwolves.
No,
he signed with the Sixers.
No. Look, we're going to take a quick break.
Give him that much credit,
and we'll be right back.
Hold on.
Have you been looking for a radio station that gives you sports?
I don't believe it! It's a touchdown!
Entertainment?
Are you not entertained?
And other special interest talk shows?
Well, isn't that special?
All on one app?
Yo, that's dope. What app is that?
It's the real 1100 AM app for WWE. Grab it for free in your Google Play or Apple App Store today.
Hey, what's going on, sports fans? It's the 2018 Battlegrounds champion, Damian Adams, from The Real Deal with Damian Adams. Now, you can catch my show weekly on the 3-Point Conversion station on Spreaker Radio. But for right now, I'm doing what everybody else should be doing, and that's listening to Mr. Controversy and The Intellectual in the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge.
You're back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge with Mr. Controversy and The Intellectual.
We are back. I promise you all. Matter of fact, this week I'm about to put it out on Facebook Live, Twitter, Instagram, call some people. Greg already said he's participating, and trust me, he won't know the answer, so it's not going to be cheap. But Battlegrounds is coming back. We already have a champ this year, Mr. Damian Adams. But check out the show, The Real Deal with Damian Adams. Every Tuesday, I get Damian switch it up sometimes. So but check it out on the 3-Point Conversion station. You'll see on Spreaker. But this Battlegrounds, you have to come in.
Be prepared.
Be
it's
prepared.
Great.
Crystal says she's battling. Make sure you be prepared. All right. It was Wilson Chandler we was talking about.
Yeah, with
y'all.
Philly, that sound with Philly, that's
Wilson
going to be
Chandler.
big,
So that was
impactful
a
for them.
big pickup.
Wilson Chandler.
So it is time for baseball, and we have to talk about these Atlanta Braves.
Balling.
They grew up.
Balling.
They grew up this past week, and they didn't even I think they won one game. What they won?
Two. I think it was
2 out of 2 or 1
2 out of 4.
I don't. But I know that with the Yankees, probably the second best team in the major leagues right now, and they came out, and man, they were down. I mean, they were down. But what you want to see in a young team, you want to see them come up and be able to battle back, and they did that. The first game they came back, Ronald Acuna Jr., beast.
They won
hit
one. They
hit
won
a game
one
with a
of
home
3.
run.
They won 1 of 3.
Yeah, but it was the way they played.
Right, and like you said, right, like when it comes to the Yankees, right, let's throw the record out the window, right, because that's what you kind of got to do when it's the Yankees, right, especially when you're playing against a young team that's trying to find themselves because it's the Yankees, right,
Right.
This is America's team,
And they were in New York,
right, and they in New York. We in Yankee Stadium. This was they was in that game. They was balling, they did what they needed
and they came
to do.
back. Even the game they lost, the second game they lost, they were down. I think it was 6-1, and they battled back.
Yeah,
in 7th or 8th inning, the way they're battling back.
And that's what you want a young team to do.
Exactly.
Not give up. Like when something bad go on, you don't want them to give up the game. No, they're going to do this and show up and make sure that this is what we're going to do. And you remember, you think about it. You remember what we did early in the season? We kept saying it's early. Well, guess what?
It's not early anymore.
We almost at the All-Star.
Yep.
All-Star game, which is usually what? Halfway through the season.
Yep.
81 games is halfway through the season. They are 49-38. That's more than 81 games.
49-38.
And they tied for the lead with another surprising team.
Who?
Philly.
Philadelphia.
Who we said was going to run away with it? Washington, right?
Yep.
That's what we kept saying all year. Washington was going to run away with it. They 5 games behind. And our early MVP candidate in his last 10, 15 games, he hitting like $1 something.
Who?
Bryce.
Oh, yeah. Bryce Harper, man. I don't know what's going on. It's almost like he's playing himself
out of a contract.
Big deal. But at the same time,
he's still going to get paid.
But you know how MLB, you can have you're not supposed to, but you can have a down year and still have 10 years, and then the second half he might light up. That's just baseball. I mean, look at Anthony Rizzo. It's just he's picking it up. But you're right though, man. With the Braves, I didn't see this, man. Like you said, we kept saying it's early. We'll see what they do. We don't want to get excited, even though we were.
Definitely.
But now they're there.
Man, not to go back to Bryce, but he batting .215.
Wow. How many home runs he has though? 20?
21.
Yeah,
he hitting the home runs,
but to be great,
.215.
To be great, you have to
that 10-year, $300 million contract we was talking about.
Nah, he was talking about 400. Remember?
Yeah.
At one point.
Man.
At one point. So now
I'm proud of the Braves, man.
Yeah, I am, man. I think, like I said, I think right now the question is, are they going after that guy? Everybody's talking about. I forgot his name. Slipped my mind. The guy, KC, that they want. Good Lord, I forgot his name. But they're going after him, and now I'm wondering, should they make this deal?
trying to see who you're talking about.
Oh, Moustakas?
Moustakas. I kept thinking Machado, but because I want to talk about Machado.
I was going to say him.
But Moustakas, should they go after him? No, should they? Because Moustakas might put him over the top, but then again,
what is going to cost you?
Yeah, what is it going to cost?
That, you know what I mean? He's older too, right? How old is Moustakas? Like 30,
29.
Oh, okay.
It's not bad.
So
what are you going to cost you?
It depends. That's the thing. Is it going to cost you someone in the bullpen?
Probably not a lot because the Royals. You remember how they won that year, and then the next year they were right there, and they kind of like.
But the Royals know
the opposite way now.
True, but the Royals know that Atlanta wants him, and that's the thing. Like, how much are they going to charge him for? We don't know.
You know how that game go. You got to stock my farm system.
Exactly. Exactly.
And the Braves farm system has gotten so much better, and they've brought the two studs from there, right? So what they don't want to do is deplete it so much, right? Just for a chance to possibly make the playoffs, right?
So let's bring up. We were going to talk about the All-Star game, but I'm sorry, that could wait. Yeah. I want to talk about this Manny Machado situation. Mm-hmm. So it was reported that he came out and he said that
he gonna play.
He's not playing third base anymore. Like going into he's going to play shortstop. Mm-hmm. And the reason why he's doing it, I get it, more money.
And I think not just more money, right? Like I think it's to put it out there. So there ain't no situation when you trade for me or when I'm signing for you. If you trade your third baseman thinking that I'm coming to play third base, I'm not. So don't waste your time. I want to play shortstop.
But I'm saying, I think he's playing shortstop because of the more money. Because what's coming back is, why would he do that? Now you're limiting yourself because all of the teams that won him needs a third baseman.
But see, with that, right, like the player he is, I think it don't matter. I think he gonna get his. I think the number that he gonna get gonna be the number he gonna get. Whether he said
right, I get that, but I'm saying now the teams that want you're limiting the teams because everyone has a shortstop.
Make a decision then.
I don't think he's not necessarily limiting himself because if he's better than the shortstop you already have. But he's not.
But that's the thing. Do you think he's not? I'm saying defensively, he's not. And we all know shortstop is a big important part. So you'll give up my man.
I'm waiting
in Chicago.
on you to say it, Addison Russell.
Yeah.
You
bugging.
Yeah.
No, I'm not giving up Russell.
You know why? I'm gonna tell you why. So his defense is great, right?
Superb.
However, check this out.
I'm listening.
Since the year we won the World Series, look at his offensive production.
Look at what he's doing this year, though. Look at what he's doing this year. I mean, he was up to 281 this week, batting 281.
281 and what else? What? Come with the other stats.
Hey, I'll take 281 and 6 home runs right now. If you playing superb defense,
would you take 281 and 20 home runs and good enough defense? Think about the Cubs infield.
No, I understand that, but he's not good enough though, and that's my point with Baez.
So Machado defense is horrible.
It's not horrible, but it's not good. And you just moving the shortstop, it's not good. And the Yankees.
So his Gold Gloves don't mean anything.
But Gold Gloves at third base though. That's playing a different position when you're playing shortstop.
But he's been playing shortstop before. He came up as a shortstop.
But he went back to shortstop just recently, right? But he's been playing third base in his career. I'm saying that Yankees what I'm saying is this: Yankees need a third baseman.
278, 5 home runs, 27 RBI.
I take that with the superb defense, like Ozzie Smith.
Now, let's go to
Manny. I'm just saying. I know the Yankees need a third baseman. It was like 8 teams that need a third baseman, like right now, and that's why I'm saying
310, 21, and 59.
But
look how hard you're smiling.
I'm not smiling. Your shortstop.
This seems like.
But listen, but as a shortstop, now that messes up, and we all know, especially in the National League, that defense, that's what's going to win games. You know what I'm saying? You getting the ball hit to you about 40% of the time, whereas third base, you don't get hit to that much. I'm just saying, man. I'm not.
I'm gonna check out his Gold Gloves. Maybe I should do that next. And I'm not taking away from my homie because I rocks with Addison Russell. But if it's gonna cost him,
but not even just, but not even just the Cubs. I'm just saying,
3-time All-Star, 2-time Gold
Yankees.
Glove, and the Platinum Glove. What does that mean? Can you explain that to me, please?
I ain't never heard no
Platinum glove. You know what that is usually, G? That means you better than Gold Glove, right?
I mean,
Platinum Glove.
That's another publication put out their their Gold Gloves. Like they have their
that's another publication. You're right. That's probably Wheaties or something. So.
No, it's Rawlings. Yeah. So they make the equipment.
They don't count.
Okay, so that don't,
right.
that don't count.
I'm just saying.
But
anyway, look,
they make the gloves. That don't mean nothing.
You know what? That do mean a lot. That mean a lot.
Look, all I'm saying is he's just limiting. It's a lot of teams that need third baseman. By him saying that you forced him to make a choice, and I hear you. It's a good choice.
What he's saying is, I'm getting this $300 million regardless. I don't care if I'm playing shortstop or you think I'm gonna play third. I'm playing shortstop because that's what I'm comfortable at. And if you want me, come get me.
Look, hey, that's what I guess that's what he said. Look, we taking a quick break. We'll be right back.
There's a lot going on in the world, and your world is always changing. That's why it's important to stay connected. The latest news, the latest entertainment, the newest music. If it's in the air or on the air, it can be in the palm of your hand, wherever you are, with the iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
Over 1,500 live radio stations from across the country, and over 15 million songs to create your own custom stations. Text IHR to 45495 to download the app or listen at iHeartRadio.com. Standard text and data rates apply.
Hey, this is Brittany Griner from the Phoenix Mercury, and you listen to the 3-Point Conversion.
Yes, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Still going over this Machado situation.
Still talking about it.
But when you hear this music, you already know what it means. It means it is time for us to let you go. But before you leave, we have some shots out. It might be you. So first of all, I want to shout out God Almighty. Thank God for this opportunity, man, to come on and do what I do, talk. Just have a platform, man. People listening to me on the radio. That's crazy. But go ahead and give my 3 cents. Make you upset, mad, happy. You want to give me the stop it button.
And we both gotten it before while we've been here. We both have.
But it's just man, it's like I can't thank him enough. Also, I want to thank my engineer G. Appreciate you, G, for doing your thing, man. You know you always do that, bruh. Also, I want to shout out our sponsors: Cindy Cuts Barbershop, Salad Express, Sucker Free Life LLC. Thank Miss Crystal Dayon. Then I want to thank my co-host, The Intellectual, coming on, giving me gray hairs, arguing about Machado and things like that.
Yes, got to put it in perspective, man. Thanks for everything that we do, our friends, our family. We appreciate y'all. Definitely my co-host, Mr. Controversy. You know what he say every time he come in. Did you miss him? Yeah, we've been getting it in. We've been having fun. G, the best engineer in the world. Yep. The hardest working man in the world.
Yep.
Along with Crystal, man, we out here. We doing great things. We got a lot going on. We trying to be great. Y'all know how I do every week. Got to get a shout out to my cousin Sean Calvin, and the young homies at Safety Net Facility in Mentor, Alabama. We know people again have given up on y'all. Us here at the 3-Point Conversion, we not giving up on y'all. We know y'all gonna be great. Peace out, man.
All right, and I want to thank my family, my beautiful wife, my children, cousins, brothers, sisters, uncles, aunties, play cousins, everybody. I thank for your support. Even ones that don't support me, I love you anyway. Also, I want to shout out to everybody who's listening, man. LA Broadest, we appreciate you for your work, man, for giving us that stuff, that inside stuff. Derek Branch, Top Sports, or Gridiron Fanatic, what it is now. Mike Patton, the General. Hey, man, that shirt is on the way, bro. I'm going to hit you up. I got the shirt. I'm about to email it. So, email it. So, anyway, who else? Dylan. Appreciate Dylan. Shout out to Notoriety Sports. Everyone else who listens, Cindy, like I said, everybody in Cindy Cuz Barbershop, appreciate you all, man. Make sure y'all enjoy life, enjoy family, let family know that you love them while they are alive. Make sure you eat well, eat good, make sure it's delicious. Like I said, man, check out some sports, man. We got World Cup soccer, we have basketball, Summer League, we have baseball. Check us out, man, on the 3pointconversion.com, on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook page. Make sure you check us out. But until then, same time, same show next week. Same crazy host, same nonsense in sports, same engineer. Will you miss me? I'm out. Peace. You just got done listening to the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Be sure to follow us on our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook accounts at the 3-Point Conversion. And also make sure you check out our website, the3pointconversion.com. Be sure to follow us live and listen every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern.